Well, hello, we're back on a new episode. My name is Joshua Sohn. I'm your host for the Composing Live on the series for the Cowboy Bebop Tank opening titles music. I'm really thrilled to do this. It's one of my favorite tracks of all time. Yoko Kanno is a big inspiration as well. So, a pleasure to be here with everyone who's watching today. We're going to be starting with this piece in just a moment. I just want to give you a brief little intro on this piece, and also I'll show you the opening titles as well. So let me get this going here real quick. Let's see here. So we'll get the opening titles video going with this so that you guys can see. But we'll go ahead and get started where we left off from last week. So here is the music, and here are the notes. Here we go. Let me also move my screen out of the way. I always forget that I'm always on the top right, and that kind of gets in the way. So here we go. Okay. And let me just double check something. Oh, I had the original audio. That sounds cool when the original audio is in there, but let's just play my version here.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
And that is where we left off last time. I did fix a few things. I did notice that I made a mistake in the melody. If you can see here, these notes are, it was almost right. I had this going. Actually, I'll solo it. And I mean, when you're hearing it really fast, you don't even think about it, but it's actually on the E flat, so that F. It's a small difference. I didn't actually notice it until I just focused on the melody itself. So that's my bad. So I fixed that across the board. And then I think I tweaked a few things here and there, just like this little launch pad thing I described this moment as. That part sounded a little off to me last time, so I just kind of tweaked the notes. I think it was the trumpets. The top line needed to be brought out more, and that was it. And just bring down the harmony notes below that. Hey, Guy Shard is in town. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Well, it's good to see you, Guy. I hope everything's well. So today we're going to try to finish this, and I spent some time just over the weekend and stuff after that last stream to really figure out this next piece. So, or I should say next section, which is the finale here. And one thing I really wanted to point out is that over on this side, there is kind of this tritone substitute chord progression. And I'll play it for you right here. I'll just do it in the piano music so that we can kind of geek out for a second. And let me just make sure that I'm in the right section. Okay, so here we go. This is the very ending. Cool. And I'll actually give you the chords here just so you can kind of see how that goes. At least this is what I analyzed. Okay, and on a G to C, but everything before is pretty wacky, and it really takes some good jazz theory, understanding what a tritone substitute chord is, and substituting that in between these to get something, and it's pretty cool. anyways, that's what I sort of uh, concluded here. There's these chords that are going down in chromatic scale, but you're also on top of that adding augmented 11ths or fourths on that chord for the most part, and then it kind of breaks away. So then, as you see from after that A, it goes to the E, but in some ways it still works because this is not A sharp. This is just A natural sharp 11, and then this would uh, technically go to G sharp if you were to continue this sort of ladder or this downward descending scale in the chord progression. So there is a G sharp in the E, so it does work because then it goes to G and then it goes A. So it's really cool, and I really love that. I never really understood it until I sat down with it and really just like try to pick out all the notes by ear, but also understanding that this was some kind of tritone substitute as I mentioned last time. So I figured it out, and now we're gonna orchestrate this crap into the session. So I'm really excited. All right. With that being said, there's some tricky parts still that we need to get over. So the other thing was the call and response here. So maybe we'll talk about that and then we'll start. Okay, so that part, this particular section is really fast in the music, and so what I was just using like pentatonic scales on the C to figure out this, and it seemed to be working out pretty well. The only thing about that part is on saxophones, this little motion or this kind of D to E flat is pretty high in the saxophones, so it has kind of a natural squeal to it, and that's that's good writing. That's good composition for just understanding how instruments play in their different registers. So that's pretty cool. And then on top of that, you have your high alto saxes and maybe tenor sax. I'm thinking it's one of the saxes. It's probably alto sax just playing here. And then down below you have Bari Sax. Well, actually, I think there's trumpet too. There's definitely trumpet and alto sax, and then the Bari Sax is playing 2 octaves below what's happening, and then your tenor sax. And maybe I take it back. Maybe it's alto and tenor here with the trombones, and then up here it's trumpet, maybe alto sax, and then the Bari Sax here. So that call and response. Anyways, really cool stuff. I'm digging that a lot, and I can't wait to get started. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play through some of that, or copy some of those notes I picked out during that time. Also, a lot of this is going to be sort of a copy and paste here. So what we'll do is we'll take this much. Let's see here. Okay, right about there, we're gonna just take all those notes that we just did, and maybe that wasn't the way to do that. Let's go like this. We'll go cut that. We'll cut right about there. Okay, and we'll just bring this over. I'm in 16 note grid here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's see that much. Sorry, it's really loud. Let me put well, actually, you know what? For you guys, it might be okay, but for me, my headphones are blasting here. So I'm going to bring this down about -14 in my headphones here. Do I read music? Claudio Torres is asking. Of course I do. Yes. I actually read a bunch of scores that or transcriptions of this, and none of them just seemed right to me. So I thought I'd take a stab at it myself and try to do my own arrangement or version of this. Let me also move this out of the way. I'm going to turn off the video, and then let me just move my screen up here. Yeah, so yeah, I went to music school. I did all the training. I was a music teacher, so yeah, I've done a lot of score study in the past. But as far as yeah, whew, you know, jazz just theory in general is something to just really digest and study as a almost separate thing. But yeah, let's see here. Let's try this much. Okay, good. So, and I, of course, I have these piano notes that I've transcribed into, but let's go ahead and just get all this in here first. Boom, boom, boom. The other thing I've noticed is before I didn't add the trombone in the melody. This time I decided, after listening to it over and over, I think trombone is playing here with the saxes. So I'm just going to add that into there as well. Okay. Claudio is saying, do you think it's crucial to be good at music, to be able to read music well, or are you saying just be good at your instrument? Okay. And I'll let you answer that in a second. I'll come back. Let's see here. So we got that. So what we have normally is you got the alto sax. I just put all the saxes to play that melody here, but we do have to take it out, and I'm actually debating now. Maybe should I have taken it out earlier too? I feel like there is Bari in the beginning, but just out of continuity. Like, let's see, because the trombones do take over some of the low end, so maybe we don't need Bari Sax in the beginning either. See here. And let's listen to this version. So this is the recap of the A section. So it sounds a little thinner. And then here, this is the A section, original A section. So my conclusion here, if I were to say something, is it does sound like it's a little bit more bottom heavy on the original A section. So what I'll do, rather than take it full strength, I am gonna just bring the volume down here. And hopefully that does something. And then here, we're going to just take the Bari Sax out completely. And then what else? We have our Tenor Sax and Alto Sax. So we'll keep the saxes playing that melody. Well, let me think about the Alto Sax, but at least for the Tenor Sax, yes. Okay, and so if that's the case, let's listen to the recording and see if Alto Sax should be in the call and response, on the response section. Oh man, it's I'm gonna slow it down just for a second. Wow, it's so hard. It does sound like it a little bit alto saxy to me, with the trumpets there. Yeah, I guess we can try it and let's see if it sounds better with the alto sax in there. But so let's do this little run. groovy. And I did mention, you know, it would sound cool having like a squeal of that alto sax in there. Definitely in the trumpets, squealing up as well. So, let's use the legato patch from Glory Days. Okay, that's kind of cool. The only problem here is it doesn't go that high. Does it? Let's see. Oh, it does. Okay. Never mind. It just sounds kind of quiet there. So maybe we just bring that down a little bit. Okay. And we might have to shape this a little better. Yeah. Let's see here. I wish the first, or this high note really spoke out more. But it doesn't really come through, so maybe we take out these two notes and we put it into the other trumpet one voicing with staccato or a staccatissimo, something like that. So we combine these two tracks together and you have this nice little run. Let's see how that sounds. Okay, that's a little better. So what we'll do then, we'll treat that with the other 4 trumpets. Why don't we go like this? Well, and I'm reading over your question, Claudio. Claudio saying, winds sound like they take a little time to, note on the VST. Yeah, it does take a little bit of time, and there's also just some of the programming with that. Yeah, like the staccatissimo just sounds a lot more instant. So it's like a little bit of the attack scripting maybe needs to be lowered. I don't know. That's a great point. Let's just double check here. See here, look at that. The attack here is a bit early or late, so we could dial the attack down and see how that sounds too. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, we just do what we can and make it scripted or programmed as best as we can here. So, let's see. Now the problem with this here is I do like it off the grid a little bit. However, something just doesn't seem right here. On the piano, it sounds great. What I have to do is bring this in and something like that. And in that case, then none of these are overlapping, as you can see here. So that's a problem. Okay, so yeah, before I maybe copy all of these, I should probably get these a little bit tighter. Yeah, actually, a space here would be nice, and this can be brought up more. And then this last note should be louder. Ta-da! Yeah, something like that, but not that. Uh-huh. That's a little weird. I feel like that one's rushing. Okay, so now that we got that, let's try this with the other 2 or 3 actually. So here we have all that. Sorry, one second. Okay, so that's the idea there. Let's go ahead and shape some of these a little bit better. It might be just a bit loud, so like take off 2 decibels-ish. Okay, and then Um, let's see. Is this also too loud? Just a bit. We could bring that down too. Why not? Okay, so let's try that with now the Bari Sax, and the Bari Sax running is very similar to what we just did, but we're gonna just bring that down 2 octaves. So where are we at? Here's the Bari Sax here. I'm just gonna delete all of this before that. So we got that. We got. Oh yeah. So this is. I'm opting for legato patch here. That way we can just get a nice run. And then here, that's the little note that we need. That's for the staccato. Let's hear it. Of course, it's too high. Okay, 2 octaves. Okay. Run on, run on. Isn't that the ADSR that you regulate there? I should think you should lift the attack knob so it sounds louder at the attack. Yes, you're right. There's also sometimes I actually didn't mess with the attack setting there. That's just the stock of that. So I'm kind of hesitant to do it. We can definitely do that, but we'll see. Well, I'll come back to that. Let me just get these notes in first and see if we can make it sound good without that. Once you start playing around with that, sometimes it gets kind of dicey. Yeah, but it does make sense. The only problem with these knobs is I don't know like what the scale is with, like if the left is like completely left is 0 milliseconds, and then if you go to like 9 o'clock on that knob, I don't know what the milliseconds is. I don't think it says it there. Let's just double check. It doesn't really say either. So I mean, you could probably go into settings in the in that toolbox, but anyways, we'll come back to that. I do have the release messing. I mess with the release. I feel like this library is a bit long in the tooth, or a bit a lot of room tail, which is good in the grand scheme of things. It's better to have that than not, but sometimes I like a little less. Okay, so we have this with the trumpets and Bari Sax. Okay, so the Bari Sax we're going to bring up. Maybe bring this up as well. Okay. Let's put that all together. Yeah. That was kind of like my complaint as well, but with this library, the trumpet sounded kind of off to me. And that would make sense with that attack. So we'll play around with that. Let's see here. The next part with this is, let's just double check the rhythm section too. For one, we do need the drums in. Because I feel like something was missing. And then we have our shakers back. Okay, all right, so we have that first call and response section in, and then now we have this little thing here. Okay, so let's put that in now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take one of these lines here, go whoop, and then we also talked about doing saxophone and seeing if that would sound good with there. But man, I would imagine it'll sound really thin if the sax is, or alto sax at least, didn't play. I don't know. let's just see how trumpets would sound and the Bari Sax. Here we go. So this is Bari Sax. So I need to go 2 octaves lower. One, okay, so now we need to change the dynamic here. I'm actually, I think, in the legato patch, right? So yeah, let's go here and let's bring this to a staccato. Okay, and then this is kind of annoying because I generally don't like to split things up like this. I kind of like it all in one event. But maybe on my next template or my next rendition, I'll combine them together. Okay. Okay. So you kind of have this. I do like that little legato, but maybe it's better to split it up, or we combine it. So, oops, we copy this, we go here, and we'll just put a staccato on that and see how that sounds. Let's go solo that. Let's see the velocities. Okay, why not? Let's do that. And then, so same thing, right? So we're gonna go here to the trumpets, and we'll go 1 and 2. Okay. It looks like there's a little note here on the edge. Let's just double check that on all these. Oh, look at that. I might have to highlight all these real quick to see. Oh, we got all these notes too. Okay, let's delete that. Let's delete that. Okay, so yeah, we got this right here. And then same thing, we'll have to take all these notes, as well as there's one note hiding behind that. We'll cut that. Okay, let's just try that approach for all the trumpets. There might be some harmony here as well. Okay, let's solo this. Cool. I'm wondering if I need to bring this up. We'll see once all the other trumpets come into play. All right. Okay, so we have Claudia says, please lift the attack knob to deal with my OCD. Ha ha ha. Well, let's wait on that for a second, because I still need to assess if that's the way to go, because then we have to do it for all these patches, at least for the trumpets, right? Okay, so the idea here is this loud enough once all 4 are layered in? I think maybe just we'll bounce that first. Okay, so then over here, let's go like that. We go 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm actually assuming that here there's some harmony, so we'll have to look into splitting that further. Cool. And then the other thing we need to do is we got to hit that with the drum set, and maybe bongos as well. Do I have bongos in here, by the way? I don't. Okay, so let's take the bongo rhythm as well. That's one thing I forgot. Let's see here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we have little things like that in play. Let's go to the next part, and then we'll come back and we'll think. Okay, do we need to harmonize this? Let's listen real quick. So I really want to say there's saxophone there. Okay, so maybe let me just sit down with this for a sec. So if we're doing this and you know, section by section or measure by measure, with the panning, this part here sounds like there's definitely something on the left side of the stereo field. So let's try. Um, hmm. Let's try something. I'm just debating, do we take one of these off completely? And let's see here. Okay, so 1 second here. So, let's see. Saxophone, alto sax. Trying to think of a spot that I know where the alto sax is. Yeah, okay. So the alto sax is panned more left from what I remember. Here it's not as panned, so maybe what we'd do as well, just kind of pan this over a little more. So I'll try saxophone 1 only, playing with the trumpets. But I'm trying to think here. If that's the case, maybe we bring up saxophone 2 more. And just have them play a bit louder. Oh, hey, Sam. No problem. Well, thanks for checking in. See here. Oklahoma. Have fun, man. Okay. So I think we need that alto sax. At least one of them. That's what I'm kind of a compromise, right? Whenever you do these big final choruses, you generally have to do something like that. So let's go over here. We're missing this note. I'm just going to put this together, even though they're not legato-ing. Okay, the problem with that is that high note is pretty high for the alto sax. So this this library won't allow me to go that high. So what I could do, let's see. I have an A. I can pitch it up with the pitch bend. So we'll go like this. Oops. Let's go half of that. So 64, something like that, or 50. Let's say 50. Okay, so that worked. Luckily, you can do stuff like that sometimes. Okay, but that actually brings me to this part too. So now I'm jumping gears here a little bit, but I just want to make sure I'm congruent. So we'll do this alto sax move for the trumpet line here. Let's kind of copy that, and then we'll just put these in here. Oop. Like that. Let's hear how this sounds. Oh, it's so high, huh? I mean, I'm not opposed to that. It might be better with a legato though. But then, is that gonna work overall? Let's see. Let's bring this up. Hmm. It's just a bit too low. So over here, what do we got? So the heist note is D or E flat. I would say, yeah, in the key of C is E flat. So we're actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 6 semitones away. So here's my little trick, and I'm just gonna show you guys now. I'm gonna duplicate this track. I'm gonna have to delete the tracks that I'm not going to be doing this for. So here I'm gonna call it octave. Well, maybe not octave. Let's just say 7 semitones plus. Why not? Okay, so we'll do it 7 semitones, and we're going to bring this up 7 semitones, and we're gonna excuse me. I'm gonna bring this down 7 semitones, like this. But if we do this, we gotta make sure that we just gotta make sure that it sounds good. Or as best as we can make it. So where we okay. Let's try it. There's just something about either this or just the notes itself. Man, I wish there's a way to, maybe I have to play it in. But yeah, there's just something about the tone of the alto sax. Let me try the other patch. I remember there were some issues with this last time too. Let me try this one real quick. Oh, okay, actually, sorry. Not alto sax 1, but alto sax 2, right? So let's see. Can I do that on this one, or should I maybe let's do this. Let's do this, duplicate this track as well. Bring this over here. Call this semitone up as well. 7 semitones up. And then let's delete this. Let's delete that. Okay, now I can do this. Same idea. Bring it down 7 semitones, and this 7. Bring that up 7 semitones, and then let's hear how this sounds. To me, that sounds better. I mean, it's quiet too, but to me, I don't know. There's something about that alto sax 1 that has some weird legato scripting there. So maybe that's what we need to do. Oh, sorry. Cool. And then, yeah, and I'm kind of going back on, with the alto sax 1. It's kind of confusing, huh? Maybe I'll just call this alto sax 1, and then let's delete this. And then let's just make sure that this is panned over to the left a bit more, just in general. So that's panned. Alto sax is panned to the left. This is all panned to the left. Okay, great. So we are good to go. So next is going to the third response. So what do we got here? Let's just cut this up and bring it down here. And here we go. Actually, let's go over here. Okay, we'll just keep that there for now, and we'll do that with trumpets. Oh, you know what? While we're here, let's just do the Bari Sax as well. Bari Sax, so we have to bring down 2 octaves. All right, and is it loud enough? Probably. Okay. I can hear the alto sax, but not really anything else. Let's see here. No. Hmm. That sounds a little interesting. Uh, is it the? I'm not sure if it's just because it's rushing a certain way. I'm gonna bring it down or bring it over just a bit, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll just do a slight incline here like that. I'm just gonna use this little curve thing. Okay. All right. So then we do that for the trumpets as well. Trumpets are really quiet. Let's see. Should we? Let's do this. Let's merge it. That's a little better. Okay, so I just brought that up a little bit. Also, this sounds a little off to me. Maybe we just double it. Cool. Very nice. Yeah, and then the drums will really help with that. Okay, so then we have our last hit, which is this one here. Dun, 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 dun. There's definitely splits here, and I know that there's splits in the other ones too, but I'm just doing what I can to put in the notes I've heard at least. But for this one, what I'll do is I'll split accordingly, where we do top note with trumpet 1. Actually, I should probably put this in here. But yeah, trumpet 1 and 2 will play the top line. So let's actually move this over to not these 4 here are the legato of the trumpets. So we're actually just gonna go down to where the other articulations are over here, and let's do the sustain, but the first note staccato, something like that. It could also be marcato, maybe the first note. Let's see here. Let's try that. Okay, so there's that. As far as all of this, I mean, it's balls to the wall. So it's pretty high up there already. Over here, let's delete some of these dots. And then, okay, down here, let's just put the articulations in first. So we have staccato. This one we'll do marcato again, and then here staccato or sustain. Okay, and then after that, split this one so that maybe we go like this, like that. Okay, so let's hear how that would sound all together. Okay, so we got to figure that out now. Something's not quite right here. We could do, I think some of it's the articulation. So, maybe short here. Oh yeah, what we got to do for all 4. This is the tricky part. so this is where I'm like, how would it sound with the real thing? It's making sure that at least we have our notes right. If you get your notes right, that would be nice. At least all of that's right. There's a lot of buzz in that. Yeah. Let's just keep that for now. Okay, the other thing is saxophones playing this, and also our, let's see, where are we? Bari Sax. Bari Sax would be the next one. So let's bring that 2 octaves lower. And is there anything we could do to bring that up even more on the end? Something like that. Let's bring some of that up as well in the trumpets. Actually, we might not have to do on the lower notes. Okay. Yeah. That's the best we can do for now, I think. We'll come back to that. The other thing is our saxophones. Saxophone. So we have this one. So it's a bit high, like before, right? So I have this one here. Yeah. It does have like a weird vibrato there because it's pitched up so high. So it's like a little unnatural. But it works. Okay. Now, something was rushing. Oh, looks like, so for these notes, it looks like we need to, let me just go a little longer. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so here. Oh, yay. I kind of like this sustain idea. So what if we sustained it instead and just made it longer? Okay, so we still have to figure out the balance here, the balance. So I feel like this is a bit loud, and this one's still a bit loud. Okay, and timing-wise, something seems to be rushing. It's a little bit better. What is that? There's something like lingering. So this one too. Bum, bum. It's this marcato. Maybe we do sustain instead. Let's go longer. Okay, and let's see. Let's just put all the horns together. Okay, there's like one bad note, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. It must be down here. Bum, bum, bum. Could be that note. Just gotta bring it down maybe in the mix. And then there is something else here. I can't put my finger on it. Sorry. Is there something just like notated here? It's acting so weird. I'm hearing something else, but it's not visible or something. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, let's go back and let's hear that in context. It just seems like the trumpet's rushing. And I can't, oops, can't put my finger on which notes they are. This one. Okay, that's a little bit better. I don't know. Let's see. Let's bring up the melody more. Maybe it's just this articulation just sounds weird too. Let's do sustain. Bum, 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 ba, bum, ba, and let's see if that works. Okay, and then we'll bring it up a little more in front. Okay, let's see if that works. That's a little bit better. Well, let's listen to this one. Okay, that's the problem. Actually, the alto sax, for some reason, is playing way in front of the beat. So let's fix that. Let's go to this routing or inspector window. And first off, there is no delay offset. So for some reason, these notes are just really in front. 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, it should be here, huh? That's why. Okay, I was off half a beat. My bad. Okay. Okay, so that was my bad. That was a user error. I copied and pasted that wrong, and then I assumed, oh, it's on the right beat. Nope. So always check your rhythms there. Okay, so that is more or less done. I did notice down here I'm playing the what you call the just like a layered Bari Sax part here. So I'm thinking maybe what if we try doubling that with what we had with the Bari Sax just to reinforce it. So we have all this, and then there's some notes here as well. So maybe take these. Oh, actually, we don't need these. Okay, so here. So starting here, we take that and put it into this layered session horns. And of course, it's not gonna always sound 100% the same. That's kind of cool. This is like more of a legato sound. And then some of these are doubled, so I'm just gonna delete the doubles. Let's see here. Yeah, it's deleted now. Cool. And then this one needs to be pushed over to the right more. For some reason, this wants to be... Oh, I see. So what I need to do is group this with a different patch. Okay. And in that case... Cool. I think we have that part down. Da-da, 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 da-da. So we do have to put that in now. But before we do that, let's go back and do the drums and just double check what else we're missing. It looks like we're missing the gospel organs here. Well, I'm calling it gospel organs, but it's just jazz organs. And this patch is called Basic Gospel. It's from V Organs from Native Instruments. And from what I heard in the recording, it sounds like they're just playing all of these notes that the call and response are doing. So let's just add that in real quick, and we'll put it down here, like that. If you can hear that. It's pretty subtle. Something like that. So, oops, that's the session horns. This is the organ. I wish this sounded better. Maybe we bring it in just a bit. And I think that's better. Cool. Ooh, Guy Shard says, I recently discovered what they call the Neapolitan chord. Sweet. Yeah. I always think of it as like the Batman chord, with a flatted second. It's really cool. There's also the augmented chords that are related to the Neapolitans, and that's used in conjunction sometimes. But yeah, the Neapolitan chord is sort of like what you would call it in the jazz world of the tritone substitute. It's I think it functions differently in classical theory, but in jazz theory, it's very similar. Jazz just takes it onto a more chromatic level, where then you can do it in sequences and stuff. Yeah, I really like the Neapolitan chord. It's a really powerful tool. Okay, so we got the organ, and then over to this part here, we got our drums. So I think the first part. Okay, so right here, we definitely need to do something. So let's listen to the recording. Right. So it looks like the snare and the bongos are really doubling here. So let's solo this. Okay, so right here, maybe we'll keep the kick, but up, and then we'll just double this. Yeah, but up, but up, but up, but up. Ba-da, ba-da. Like that. Whoa, that sounds weird. Well, maybe try, I don't know, something like this. And then we really need to bring this out. Okay, and then I'm not sure about the hi-hat. Maybe well, there might be some hi-hats. Let's see. Oh no, I guess not. Da 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 da. Okay, so that should be okay. Maybe one hi-hat on the beginning. Maybe not. I think it's okay without it. We'll just bring out some of these notes more. Okay, so that's one rhythm, and then we should just do something similar in the hands of the bongo. Boo-doop, bup, 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 bup. We could go higher on that last one, like this. Bum, bum. Boo-doo-doo. Something like that. Something like that, right? We can mix and match some of these hits so it's just a little more varied. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Okay. I think there's a crash cymbal after that. Okay, so let's add a crash. It's a little bit softer. Cool. Okay, so that hit isn't really important. The other ones that do the fast runs in between, like on the first call or first response, I should say, and the third response, I think it's just more coasting along with the drum set. But I do notice that there's some hi-hat. Maybe not there. Not there. Okay. Well, anyways, there's little variations, right? Drummers can go crazy sometimes with different variations. That's what makes it fun. So we just do that. And then let's see. Why is this not playing? There you go. Maybe we just go cha. Something like that. We'll add a kick there too. Why not? Okay. So drums are done. Okay, so now we're back to where we've done this before. Da-da, 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 da-da. So let's just go ahead and add that in with starting with the drums. Easy peasy. Okay, all right. And let's see here. Listening to the recording, let's just see how the drum set comes out of that phrase. This one actually has more of a groove with hi-hat, I've noticed. Okay, and then it stops. Wow, okay. Chops. So the last note is chops, snare, hi-hat. Chops. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe what we do, oops, we'll do this. It's kind of like that. We'll take out some of these notes. So, cha-cha. So mute that. Something like that. It's not 100% accurate, but let's see. Let's see here. Whoops. And then maybe you just keep it going. Okay, take out take out that. Chapum. This needs to be really loud. Chapum. Yeah. Can be even a rim shot. Just Give it a little variation. Okay, so something like this. Okay, let's listen to the recording. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of like a roll here. I don't think we need that one. Okay, right here. I don't know how we would do that actually. Oh, here. That kind of works. Let's bring that up. Cool. Let's do that. Okay. So leading up to this, so the beat's a little bit different. So we could do something like this. This little beat would work. What is that? Boom, boom. Okay. So da-da, da-da, da-da. And then I think the drums, I don't know if they double those hits. Okay. So no, they don't, which is interesting. Sorry, I'm not sure what happened there. Like it jumped. Ah, it's jumping. There we go. So, oh, hello. Why is it doing that? I'm copying and pasting. There you go. Okay, so these notes need to be brought up just a bit more. I wonder if I should just do that for all of this. That might sound good. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just bring up some of these downbeats. It'll be nice. Okay, so almost there. Just kind of bringing up some of that dynamic really helps just give it a sparkle. And then, oh, I think I missed this one too. I feel like I'm missing some hi-hats for some reason. Like right here and right here. There you go. So that means I'm missing this one too. For some reason I don't have that on the other ones probably either for some reason. That's okay. So I'll fix that later. We're going here. Okay. So da-da, 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 da-da. Bam, bam. Okay, cool. Very nice. Let's go to bongos and we'll just kind of finish this rhythm section up here. So, I would imagine it's something similar. So we have, oh, okay, I do have this. So I'll just copy the first half, and then on this part, we have to double it right there. And right there. Okay. Okay, great. So there, I mean, is it 100% accurate? No, but to me that works. So then we have this da-da, 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 da-da. So let's put the notes that I had here originally for the organ part here. Okay, and then we're going to continue that. So the notes I transcribed are over here. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. So let's just put this in. There might be an extra note I might add. Okay. Let's see. if I add a third below this, I'm kind of doing like thirds. Well, not always, but yeah, I have a B flat, B. So this is like a augmented fifth away, like this. Okay, we can keep it there for now. Okay, and then here we have, well, I split these up. So we'll put this one as well. We'll just kind of have the organs play what the saxophone and trumpets would be playing anyways. Maybe an octave higher. Okay, all right, so we're almost there. This little, I don't know, this transition, let's call it, is really cool. I also like these like quirky moments. The bass guitar, let's just revisit. Okay, I'm not sure if this is right. Because these other notes are changing, so that makes me nervous. Let's see here. What if I went up? I don't know. Let's listen to the recording first. It's really hard to hear the bass line too, but let's try. Yeah, it almost sounds the same, huh? Oh man. Okay, well, let's just keep it as is for now. I think we have our percussion. Do we have guitars? It looks like they drop out, or at least it's dropping out or very quiet in the mix. Okay, now we can go to our horns. So the first half is easy. We already have that down. So let's go ahead and put this in somehow. Let's go a 16th note in, and the 16th note in that way. And I'm just going to copy that over. Sometimes it takes a second for it to copy all that information. Okay, so then we go over to the ending here. And we'll take it like that. I guess that sounds right. And did it keep all of its MIDI data? Sort of, huh? Not quite. Like, I'm not sure. Oh, this one does. So the ones that actually have notes do. That's good. Okay. All right. So let's see how it sounds with everything. Okay. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Oh, did I skip one? Let's see here. I guess I didn't do the other part, which is... Oh, it's my bad. Oh, I thought I copied both. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Let's do that again. My bad. Let's see here. Let's go whoop. And then here. Okay. Try it one more time. Add the second bar as well in there. And voila. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a run in case there's something weird connecting it. Alright, that seemed okay. Let me just try one more time. I'm just going to bring this over slightly. That might copy better, or merge better. Okay, so this is the part that we really need to work on. So this is the trumpet part. Right over here. All right. And one of these, I'm not sure, maybe trumpet 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, something like that, plays this part. Something like that. So that's the idea. Let's see how trumpet 1 and 2 play. It looks like they're playing the same note. So trumpet 1 and 2 are doubling. Let's try that. Let's go over here. Trumpet 1 and 2 double those notes. And then trumpet 3 and 4 double together, I think. Let's just double check. Maybe not on this one. This is where the organ is doubling differently too. So I went about an augmented fifth away from each other. And whether that's right or wrong, let's just keep it there for a second to make sure we have something set at least. Yeah, I meant an augmented fifth from the top note, not the middle note. Okay, so here we have staccatissimo, maybe. Yeah, looks like we're on the right one. So we just do that for all. Okay, and then let's just make sure that these merged okay. All right. Also, you'll notice that the velocities are much lower on the previous. Okay, well that still sounds a little weird to me. Okay, so not all of them are low, the velocity wise, so I did kind of botch this a bit. Let's go one at a time. So like that. I'm just gonna match it as much as I can here. So we have green going a little higher, I guess, and then here, whoa, look at that. So let's bring this up, and then this is too low. So they're all different velocities, of course, in each of these parts. So it makes it a little hard to program. Okay. Okay. So let's bring down these voices. Okay, now I'm not sure if the bottom voice is right, so let's just double check that. It's close, man. That sounds more accurate to me. So F-E at the end. Let's try that with the organ as well. So F-E. Okay, so let's, we got that now, right? Okay, so trumpets are done. Let's do the, do we do trombone with it? Okay, so I'm gonna gamble that it's a trombone with the trumpets and see how that goes. Maybe an octave lower. Something like that. Maybe we double that. And then maybe on this one we just do the voicing below that. Or we can do all three, I don't know. But let's hear how that sounds real quick. Okay, and then add that with the trumpets. Okay, maybe. Yeah. Maybe this one, let's go keep it up a little more. Okay, so let's try that much. And I think there's 2 hits still. So in the Bari Sax, there's this A. Okay, so let's put those A's in here as well. So yeah, basically it's the same notes previous. So we just go like this, put them over there. Okay, and then we'll do the saxophones. So saxophone, let's see here. Actually, it's these 2 hits over here. Okay, so saxophone. Let's just say saxophones for this part. So we'll put this over here. Okay, here we go. We'll say sax 1, sax 2, like that. Okay, and then we're going to also just say staccatissimo, like that. Okay. Okay, and then let's bring that an octave lower on the tenor sax. Sorry, let's see. All right, let's try that. Oh, my bad. This has to be on the beat after. I believe it's on the second half. Let's see here. It's like that. Yeah, like that. Chapum, ta-dum. I believe. Let's double check that one more time. Dun-dun, one, dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Okay, all right. And then let's check those notes. Are those notes right? Oh, those notes are not right. Okay, let's double check here. Dun-dum, dun-dum. Oh, hello. Man, I hate when this happens. You think you get it right, and your ear hears, or like your ears play tricks on you. I think there's some kind of seconds here that the seconds are so hard to pick out when you're transcribing stuff. So I think it's that. Oh no. Man. Okay, let's listen. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Oh man. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Let's go a little slower. Dun-dun. Oh, is it like that? Is it 2 steps up? That sounds better. Okay. Also, I do need to bring the tenor sax down an octave. Actually, it's the alto sax that needs to go up. Okay. Oh, all right. Here we go. Okay, maybe staccato for these guys on the second note. Just sounds a little short. And then this one too. Let's try that. Bring that up. Okay. All right, let's hear that. Ba-ba-no. Oh man. Man. Okay, let's listen. I think I'm going crazy. Like, oh man, just you hear it so many times and you're like, I'm not sure. Okay. All right, so I got the staccato articulations on the second of each of those, but I hear F and E, but then okay, I think that's good. I think that's right. Let's put the tempo back up. Oops. Okay, let's commit to that. Oh, thank you, Guy. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's come a long way. It's not the ideal cover to do for sample libraries, but at least we're getting closer and closer to that sound, and you know, this also really forces you to try to conceal some of the you know, MIDI synthiness of these sound quality with the mixing. And yeah, it's not, you know, it's not something like I would be using in a film score. I would probably want to record a live band for something like this. But with that being said, the skills are the same in the sense of the orchestration part. Okay, so let's go ahead now and do the little run after. There's a little Bari Sax run, which is cool. And then we'll start there. How much time we have, by the way? 9:30? Okay, so I probably can finish this in about another hour, because well, yeah, we'll see. In about an hour. And then we'll see how the ending goes. The ending is also a little funky. Let's do the Bari Sax. So over here, I probably want to do this legato like that. Okay. Here you go. Cool. Let's bring this part down. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. All right. So we'll build our way up. We already have the bass line here. The only thing I don't know is the drums. Okay, we'll have to do the drums after, but that's good to know. Okay, so bum bum. Okay, so all of these notes actually have it here, and this is just something I picked out over the weekend. It was a lot of fun actually to get this part down. Let's see here. It's 11:30 on the East Coast. Yeah, ay. Yeah. Hopefully, we don't go that long, but I'm not thinking we can finish that all today. If we were to just stop right at 10. And then that sounds interesting. Let me just double check on the register. This might be a tenor sax line actually. Yeah, this is not the right line. So what do I do here? I'm assuming the Bari Sax is doubling what the bass is doing at to a degree. So let's try that. And bring this over here. Okay. And I think it's I think there's a G in there to close it off. I mean, you can also do F, but I think G makes sense. Okay. Woo-wee. Let's commit to that. And now we can quickly plug and play some of these other notes real quick. So we have look at all this. This split is crazy. So if we were to ideally split these, let's think trombones, and then this would be tenor sax, this would be alto sax, and then trumpets could sort of do these three. That's what I'm thinking. There might be alto sax hitting that F sharp too. Let's see. Yeah, I think the alto sax is playing with the trumpet there. So we'll figure that split out a little bit more, but yeah, it's tricky. So let's do this. So you got the tenor, or actually no, would we call this the maybe this would be like a tenor sax line. I'm not sure. Let's try it. Oh, bass trombone. Let's do that. Bass trombone. I forgot about that. We got all this down here that I'm ignoring. So I actually don't have any notes for these guys. Do I? Yeah, I guess not, but that might work actually. Let's just hold off on that and then go here. So you have, so this is sustain. And then dun 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 dun. I think most of this could be sustain for now. So let's try that. Maybe an octave lower. Sentai Ranger. Hello, hello. Yes, I did update my profile pic in honor of the 50th anniversary of Super Sentai. Nice. I don't know what Super Sentai is. Is that like from Dragon Ball Z or something? Okay, let's see here. Let's go a little bit higher on the dynamic. Maybe on the first note we do staccato. Ooh, or a marcato. Let's try that. Okay, and because of that, we can go down just a bit. Super Sentai is a Japanese science fiction franchise, or tokusatsu. It's also the basis for Power Rangers. Oh, okay. Nice. I didn't know that. I don't know about this part though. Because this part would make it so that D sharp is not working, so maybe I go down. I don't know what's going on in this part, to be honest. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. So maybe on here, shorter. Ugh. That's questionable. Anywho, I'm not sure about this note. If we go same or go up or down, just because of what I'm seeing in the chords here. C sharp. Is it C sharp 11? Maybe I'm reading this wrong. C sharp 11. Let me just double check something. I'm kind of confusing myself here. C, yeah, so that's not a C sharp. It's a C chord with a sharp 11th. So okay, so that's what was confusing me. So this is actually the 11th of this chord. Let me just double check the register on this too. That's, oh, I see. Okay. Boom, boom. So this is actually up here. So I don't know if this is a bass trombone part now. Now that I think about it, there's just something off about this. So I'm gonna abandon that ship and say it's a trombone, just a regular trombone part. So let's go back. Man, oh man. Let's just grab all this and do this again in the right register. So I'll just pick the, oops, that's not the one. This one over here. So I have to redo this, but I think this is more or less accurate now. Okay, so we gotta get these shorter. Okay. I'm a little bit confused on the context of that. Once we add everything else, it might sound better, but I'm a little sketched out. Okay, so what do we do on the bass trombone then? Okay, so of course I gotta add this in. Okay, and then do we just double the Bari Sax instead? So like over here we go boom, boom, like that. Just hope for the best. Let's see here. Okay, same thing here. Oh yeah, I just got your note there, Sentai Ranger. Yeah, that would be nice. It's tricky. Please do. Yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. And then this part too. This is a bass line, so maybe what we do for the Bari Sax as well, since that I was copying that bass line, is to not exactly double that. There we go. Let's do that instead. What do we got? So the next part would be this one here. So I'm just gonna work my way up and just think, and hopefully think that most of this is playing something similar. Although, so this is a 4-part split. We got 4 notes on each of these. Yep. Okay. I'm just double checking. And then here, there's a wide split. But at some point, I have to consolidate some of these instruments to play only these notes here. So I'm assuming I go like this, but then I copy the same notes down here for trombone 2. That'll be my strategy. Okay. And then let's hear how that sounds. I kind of like that little vibrato. That might work. Only problem with this part is the sustain sounds a bit too laggy, so maybe we just keep these as staccato notes. And then yeah, keep them slightly low in the mix. With that being said, trombone 1 is the last of that. Let's just look at this real quick. This is my cheat sheet. So over here, maybe we go B on these parts. Yeah, and I feel like it needs to go a little louder. Either that or the next notes after, but here. Okay, so I'm thinking we could do that, or we could take the next set of notes that are higher like this. Actually, let's see. What can I do here? What if I took this little cheat sheet, brought it down here for a second, and then come over here? What if I just match these? It's a little easier. Turn this off. Okay. I'm just curious to see how this sounds. Okay, that's it. Okay, so trombones are done. Bass trombone is done. Let's go to the, and then Bari Sax is done. Let's go to tenor sax. Tenor sax is the next, our next victims. So here's the cheat sheet. So let's see here. We have tenor sax 1, tenor sax 2, and then then we have alto sax. But alto sax is kind of playing more of the high notes, it seems like. So what do we do here? So we have, and oh, by the way, this chord, if we want to think about like what kind of chord this is, it's a C sharp with a F sharp minor. I think I classified it as a something. It's like a minor 7th chord, and then there should be an like an A on the bottom, right? Or is it a G? It's a G on the bottom. G on the bottom. I should probably write this down, huh? So over here, if you have a G on the bottom, and then is it a G? Well, there's a B in there. G major 7th, G minor major 7th, but then that wouldn't make sense because there's this. Huh? I'm actually confusing myself now. I think I wrote it down at some point, but anyways, I'm assuming these are the right notes. But I can't remember how I classified this chord now. It was a cool chord. Let's just solo this. I'm sorry. And then let's put that G on the bottom. There you go. So that's your set of notes. G's on the bottom, C sharp, A, right, and then something like that. Let's just double check that with the recording. Right, and some of the sonorities may not be right, but anywho, I can't remember what it is, and I'm kind of like drawing a blank here. C sharp, G and C sharp. Anyways, there is a name to this chord. I'm just drawing a blank here, guys. Oh man, it's a cool chord though. Whatever the hell this is, it's really cool. So I'm gonna mute that. Let's go back and finish this off, shall we? So we have the tenor sax. Tenor sax. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to do this and voice this. I guess we have to listen to the recording to really pick out what the tenor sax is playing. So it sounds like maybe two of those notes are tenor sax playing in seconds. So I definitely hear a C sharp in the tenor sax, but I'm not sure about the other one. Let's find one that has a C sharp. So this one here, right? You kind of have that one, and then you have one higher, either there or So let's listen to this again. I want to say that tenor sax is playing that C sharp now, so that makes me wonder. I mean, it could, that what I'm hearing could be the trombone, but okay, I hear actually that. So I think I'm right. Trombone is playing that, dun dun, and I'm hearing the tenor sax playing. I think I'm hearing an A actually in the tenor sax. So it's this one. Okay, that's interesting. So that's one of the tenor sax, let's just say, playing A. And then let's listen to the next part. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see here. Okay. Man, the notes here is very interesting. Some of the voicing here is probably different. Yeah, because why would it go F, F, E? This is something I did over the weekend, but I'm like, I mean, it sounds good when you play just the piano part, but then when you try to split it and trying to think what plays what, that's a little bit trickier. Oh yeah, actually, so this is the top line. Okay. Oops. Okay, so that is reserved to the top line of alto sax, trumpet. This one here let me just grab these notes here. That's what's confusing me. Okay, so let's bring this part into tenor sax and just see how that sounds. And it could be more like an alto sax part. That's okay. Yeah. So let's try this for a second. Let's mute the actual recording. Yeah, so that just sounds wrong. in terms of the individual voicing. So I hear that. So something messed up here. It could be this one for the tenor sax, but that also just didn't seem right. But let's try. Maybe I'm hearing the Bari Sax part, but we gotta start somewhere. Okay, let's listen to original recording. I'm gonna slow it down. So this needs to go an octave. Well, and that's not the right starting note, but if that's the case, let me try this one again. No, it's not F. The starting note's different. So there's actually a C in there. So if that's the case, it would be somewhere here, right there, or like that even. For the tenor sax, I think. Let's see here. So, okay, we're gonna have to fix this, but I think it's a B flat. I think I'm missing this line, so I'm gonna transcribe it right now. I think he just hit it again. E flat. Okay, so that's what I'm hearing in either the tenor sax or the Bari Sax, somewhere there. So let's try that line in the tenor sax for a second and see how it sounds. Is this, that's Bari Sax, my bad. Tenor sax is right here. Okay, bring out some of these a little longer. All right, now we can go fast. All right, okay. Let's turn this off. Okay, something like that. That sounds better to me as far as the, if it's too short or too long, that's another thing. That sounds a little better. Let's shorten that just a bit and call that one good. So, that might be a big jump. So this might be a tenor sax 1 part. So if that's tenor sax 1, let's copy that over into here. And then let's bring this one down and figure that part out. So in our splits that I transcribed earlier, so I have an A3 and C sharp 3, and this is A3. Let's put this down to C sharp 3. Okay. Now, what the heck am I going to be doing for the tenor sax 1 part? That's the question. I'm just thinking, what's the best part? So this is a 5 split, I noticed. So what if we went do do do? Okay, what if I did that? It's a little bit different, and put that in here. Something like that. Too short on the end though. Okay. Let's hear how it sounds. Okay, so if we're going to be doing these notes, I think the articulations should be somewhat similar. So maybe these staccatos just need to go, and we'll just do them all marcato this time, and make them just a bit shorter. Okay, so that part here, let's bring that down. Okay. All right, so that's what I'll be doing for tenor sax. The alto sax is also tricky because we have some high notes. There might be a third alto sax or something in this recording, but I'm just going off of one. I mean, 2 alto sax parts, 2 tenor sax, kind of more traditional. But that might be the case. It could also be a soprano sax, because of these really high notes at the end. And that could be it. That could be it. It could be like a extra soprano sax on top of the band. Yeah. Anywho, let's go ahead and just keep going. So we have this part, alto saxes, and I am just gonna find some notes for them to play. So we have somewhere here they can play any of these notes. I'm gonna say the F sharp's really important, and then we could also put in that E. Let's try those 2, and then oops, why don't we take this one as well. Okay, and let's see how that sounds. So let's put that one on the first, and let's take that out, put this in here. Okay, put this one in here. Okay, and let's plug and chug. So maybe let's bring this one back up just a bit in the mix. Okay, sustains for the first part, and then here let's do marcato. Cool. All right. Now I mentioned there's an alto sax. On top of the alto sax, there might be like some kind of soprano sax. This is where it kind of falls through, um, orchestrating all this for a band and getting them to play it verbatim. In maybe this kind of mock-up style, what's nice is you can also just add some notes here and there. If your end goal isn't to record it live. So in this case, I might also add this quasi soprano sax part, which I have up here for this last moment. So I wanted to try that real quick. Let's see if I could do that here. Let's just do it here. And then this part is going to be playing that high F sharp. Well, even if it will play, I guess it won't. But let's try it with this part here. I'm just going to double this. And we'll call it octave. Oh, okay. It looks like, hold up here. Looks like I already have something here. So let's go actually here. That's where I want it to be. There we go. That's it. So let's go and do that for the first half as well. There we go. And this should work pretty well. It might be a bit shrill, so let's bring it down. Okay, now that part we'll fix, but let's see here. Okay, so we'll get that going, and then over here, let's just double check our notes and see if I have any of that wrong. Oh, okay. So let's see what I have going here that makes it sound so off. Okay, so let's move this down an octave. And let's shorten that. That sounds a little weird, huh? Let's bring down some of that. Okay. The trumpets will make that a little sound more definite, but even then, that sounds really weird. So let's see. Perhaps one of these. Well, first off, do I have the right notes? Let's see here. I have. Yeah. So that's right, but the pitch or the tuning just sounds off on this part. So I'm a little nervous on if I should try a different approach. Let's try sustains instead. Okay, let's look at our pitch bends and just make sure that there's no weird pitch bending happening here. Oh, there you go. That's why. Okay, that's why. So we need to move all this back down. Well, I'm glad I looked at that. And then let's see if this works better. Okay, so let's make this sound more definite. It was another user error with the programming. There we go. Okay, so I think we can do that. I think it'd be nice to do some kind of harmony below this, but I'm also nervous that it won't sound good. Let me see what we could do here. So we have something like this we can try. And if we were to do that, that could work. Once we just shape it a little bit more. I'll try again. Sorry. Where am I? Here we go. Cool. All right. So that's that. Let's shape actually this one too. This would be really important to shape. Yep, and that's a bit loud, but that's a good starting point. Cool. All right. We're getting closer. I think pretty happy with that. So I'm assuming there's a soprano saxophone in this entire song, but it could just be alto sax playing those really high notes as well. But I'm just gonna add like a quasi soprano sax track in this part. All right, so that's it. And then moving on, we have trumpets. Trumpets is the other tricky part. So why don't we do the easy part first? So the easy part would be basically copying this over here, but then going, I think, an octave higher. Okay, so it doesn't hit that F sharp in the sample library. So we have to do something like that. We have to cheat. So then we'll bring that up an octave as well, and then do that. Okay, and let's hear how that sounds. Cool. So on this, it would be nice to have that punch a little harder. So what if we did a marcato here? Let's bring it up. I don't know if that does anything. We could also try like a staccato. But nah, it needs a hit, so we'll keep the marcato there. And maybe do that. Ooh, okay. That's already loud. Something like that, if that makes sense. And then maybe you'll hit a little harder on that second time. Anywho, I think the first trumpet has to be Wayne Bergeron, if you guys know him. Played on The Incredibles, or Arturo Sandoval. One of those guys can hit those notes, right? Hopefully, they're still able to take gigs, take on commissions, or little gigs. So, anyways. If that's the trumpet one part, then what we do is we just go down this little line that I have here. Let's say C sharp for this part. And then, maybe here we double. All right, let's solo this real quick. So assuming that's good, then maybe we move to the next notes. So I'll just this is easier because trumpets are a little more as far as their articulations and all that, more balanced. So we can just copy this. Okay, so going down the line, I have an A. I also put an E up there, but let's just do this. Oh, also pitch bend. Let's turn this off for all of these. We don't need pitch bend. Sorry. That's gonna sound weird. Goes to show, even these little mistakes, it slips through the cracks. Oh yeah, sorry. So this one is A first. All right, and then if I look at my cheat sheet one more time, the other one would be F sharp, like that. And then if we look at all those notes together, it looks like that. Something like that. Okay, so the last part with these notes, definitely we need some kind of enrichment of the melody here. So we need to harmonize that. I'm a little uncertain or not confident in what I transcribed below this, but let's just assume they're right. Let's go ahead then and take trumpet 3, right? This is, oh no, this is trumpet 3, sorry. And then we'll move this down and sort of in a different vicinity. So let's say we have this. I'm just going to match these notes to my sketch that I have. I'll turn that off. It's obnoxious. Okay, so that's trumpet 3. What about trumpet 4? This is trumpet 4. I mean, we can go an octave lower, like this, and just see how that sounds. Okay, but I'm gonna assume it's not. So then, let's just see how this sounds here. This part's the easy part. But the hard part is trying to figure out, are these the right notes? I mean, it's not bad. I don't know about that last note. Yeah, I don't know if it goes down that low or if it stays or it goes here. Make it just double with trumpet 3 there. Okay, but whatever it is, it's a bit loud, so let's just get rid of some of that or shave it down. Yeah, let's just bring this relatively down. Okay. Okay. And then I think there's a downbeat on some of these notes. Boom. So some of them play that downbeat of C, but I don't know about the trumpet. It doesn't sound like it. So let's say the tenor sax plays that downbeat. Let's just give an E on, or sorry, C. Like that. Boom, boom, boom. and it's a bit ahead of the beat for some reason. So it's that note for one of them. Let's try that. Cool. What else? I think maybe trombones play the downbeat. Let's put a downbeat for all the trombones, including bass trombone. Where's my bass trombones? Down here. Okay, and definitely just the down, I mean the tonic or the C. Sol marcato. Yeah, that works. It's a bit loud on that upper C. So I don't know, maybe one of these go down. Something like that. We could put a G in there, like could be like that. Maybe there's a G in there. Okay, so then there's a Bari Sax. Okay, yeah. I think that's good. Let's just look at the notes one more time, shall we? So here are, actually, let's get rid of this. Let's put this back into my other sketches here. And looking at the notes. So some of these actually are pitch bend because of the limitations of our library, which is Glory Days. It's a great library. There's still a lot of room for improvement, but they've done a great job, an excellent job to create a jazz horn library. So with that being said, this trumpet can't go any higher than the F, so then I pitch bend that. So that's why there's a F here, but everything else should be good. There's one other note. Yeah, this one right here. This one is Alto Sax. I'm pitch bending this one too. So you might see some of these and be like, what the heck are you doing? You made a mistake, Josh. But no, I'm just doing what I can to fix the limitations we have. But with that being said, so this, just assume this is there. Okay, so let's balance that. As horrendous as it may sound to some of you, you know, as far as like how virtual MIDI sounding it sounds, what we do need to do is just still balance these notes. And I can't really decipher which one it is that's too loud. I think it's tenor sax. Let's turn this on. It's this one. So this one's a little too loud. So what I'm going to do is either here or maybe both. Let's take that down. Okay, and then there's something like really poking out in this one, I think. I think it's this alto sax, so let's shape that. And that might just be because the sample, when you hold down, it starts to crescendo a little bit. So I'm just shaving off some of the volume there. Okay, so then let's look at the descending line here with our horns as well. And let's just make sure that there aren't any funky, yeah, like this one, this little rub here on the E and the F. Okay, so I'm assuming this is a mistake, but then that Okay, I see. Well, what chord are we on? B with a augmented 11th chord. So that's B. The E is the augmented 11th. Is it? No. F would be the augmented 11th. So we could just bring all that up and see what it sounds like. Yeah, that sounds better. So we don't have that rub on the E and F there. Anything else that is a culprit? Well, first off, we have a D sharp and the F, yeah, D sharp and the F. Or in this case, augmented 11th in the B chord is an E sharp, right? So this is actually an E sharp technically. And from what I remember in theory, augmented 11th chords can include a D sharp or the third with the fourth, as long as they're augmented. But if it's just a normal 11th with a third, you usually don't want that. So that works, okay. And then we have our B flat. I think that sounds pretty good. Let's just call it, and then let's add now the drums to this. So let's go down to the rhythm section after this saves. Here we go. First off, actually, I should probably put in the organ as well. So let's do that real quick before going on. So we have, let me actually listen to the organ. I don't know. It sounds like there's organ there. It's just probably doubling everything. But so assuming that that's the case, we can just take some of those notes up here, and let's just say it's like maybe let's just say it's top 3, and then let's go maybe the first 2 voicings of each of these and call it good for the organ. It's hard to say what you do sometimes if you're just doubling. I mean, in reality, you really, like, if you're actually serious about orchestrating something for performance, you do want to go through a fine-tooth comb, but I'm just gonna kind of skip some of those steps here. All right, let's listen to that with the organ. Okay, so let's just say that's the case. That's what organ's playing, and assuming that's right, then maybe, right, something short. Let's just say you do have an organ hit there. Okay, so then let's listen to what we have in the drum set. By the way, I am going a little late. I really want to finish this, so I don't want to do another stream next week on this piece. So I'll take it as far as I can today. I know, Guy, you mentioned that's late for you, so feel free to leave anytime. I'm not forcing anyone to stay with me, but and you can watch this later at any time at your convenience. By the way, I should just plug in, if you guys are enjoying what I do, I like doing covers. I also do some originals on my live streams, but if you guys have any suggestions down the road, please do leave comments. You can do it now or just in the comment of the videos later on. And yeah, I'll be all ears for suggestions. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Any of that will help me and gain more visibility with what I do as a film composer. as well as just liking the video. You can donate. There's all sorts of ways to help out, so I do appreciate that. Okay, so let's move back to what we're doing here. Drum set. I'm going to listen to the drum set part right at this bar 141. Okay, so I'll do the easy part first. Easy part is shakers. Okay, so you got that. The bongos take a little bit more time, so we'll come back to that. Let's look at this part. So there's a hit on 4. Okay, it's hard to hear what the drum set's actually doing, so I'm just gonna guess the best I can. Luckily, I have some stuff here that'll help along the way, so let's just put this in quickly. This is like a tom fill, maybe. Anyways, there's your first little fill, and then I can just draw this in or copy it in. Shouldn't be too bad. So you have this hit. Let's go harder. I'll go boom, 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 boom. So there's a snare hit. Maybe we did this one here, and we want to go twice. So right on the 8th note, and then there's like maybe a hi-hat opening. It's kind of like splashing. Sorry, it's loud. There's a left pedal hi-hat you could do. I'm just assuming that might work for something like this. I don't have it. Okay, that's okay. So, so let's just do this. Oh, sorry. That needs to go on the 8th note. Okay. More kick. Okay. So cool. And then maybe a kick here. Okay. There we go. And then the next hit we do, it's similar actually. So we just copy this over. But on the fill, let's go pull it back. Okay, and a hi-hat. Maybe go a little fancy, you can do a kick right there. Okay. I think that's sort of that feel at least, and then here. Okay, and then there's a little snare. 2 snare hits right after that. Just kind of fill it out. Okay, cool. The next part would be the hits for these 2 bars. So let's do that too while we're here. Oh, sorry, right here. Okay. So when you're hitting with the band in a jazz band, it's really important to make sure that it's hitting with the band first off, like well all the rhythms and the notes. But there's also little notes and fills in between that really glue all of that together that make it really fun. For the most part, I'm hearing. I think it's kick and hi-hat. Let's see here again. It's hard to hear that kick, but I'm assuming it's kick and hi-hat for dun 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 dun. So, which is usually, it's either the kick and hi-hat or snare and hi-hat. So it's usually like a combination of two hits, two drum hits, and in this case, we're gonna be doing that all the way through. So, dun 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 dun. So it's like one and one. Okay, we can even add the last hit on the next beat. I don't know why it just went to the other event there. That was weird. Oh, hello and hello. That's weird too. Okay, I'm jumping all over the place. So we have this. Okay, that's basically what we need to do. But there's also these little notes here and there that I mentioned that kind of help glue all of that in. And that's really hard to do well as a drummer. But I'm just going to show you what I mean. And a lot of times you can't even hear it. It's present, but not there. And it's so hard. You can do it like this is more doable. Something like that. And then dun 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 dun. And you can even just fill in all of this if you want to just go crazy, and then mute the ones that you don't play on, if that makes sense. You could do it that way too. Okay, and then just put a little bit of variation on that, like 10%, something. And then maybe, it doesn't have to be the same trigger. Just a little variation like that, and you got something cool. Doesn't have to be exactly like a certain pattern. You can just mess around until it sounds good. Okay, so that's more or less that. This last note I think is shorter though, so we go F sharp instead of this note. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. There's the drum set part. There's one extra thing that we need to do at the very end, but we'll do that together with the band. So, what's going on here? I think there's still shakers here. Right, okay, so there is a shaker part, and there also, wow, I don't know what is going on with my keyboard today. There you go. So there is a downbeat here, So let's just hit a downbeat. Okay, and let's bring this up in the volume. It's not quite the same pattern, but that's okay. So we brought it up about 5 decibels there. Okay, the last part is what the heck does the bongos do? Ooh, okay, so let's listen to the bongos. There's a lot of fills here, so and this is more liberty of the bongo player notes. We're gonna just transcribe the best we can. You know, I do have some fills in some of these other places. I can use that as a template. So that's where are those fills? Yeah. You know, like that right there would be pretty useful. So maybe I copy that. And then I know there's. Why don't we just copy all of that and put it over here for now, and then we'll kind of use that as a little idea or template. So I'm just gonna mute this for now. Okay, so going back to this though. Yeah, so yeah, it's just fills. I don't know. Let's go slower. Sorry, just with the recording though. Da 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 do da 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 do da do da, something like that. Da 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 do. Okay, so let's just take all this and put it down here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna mute the original recording. Solo this. Da boo da boo, right? Da boo da boo. So we need to go. Okay, and then da boo da boo. Boo da da da. Da do da da. Da do da do da da do do da do do da da da. So there's something like that. All right. First part. Da da do da. Maybe it's just a da da do da da do, something around here. So let's take this and take that down here. Okay. On the second half, I think the bongo goes a little crazier. Maybe not. I mean, it does some weird fill. So, all right, let's solo. Da da do da. Let's maybe go more consistent on this one. Da da do da. I don't know. Let's just say that. And then what happens next? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay. So da So we're just doubling the rhythm here, right? Dun 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 dun, and it might be doubling hands. Like, I'll do that in a second. Like this. Yeah. Maybe a little variation. Okay. So after that, dun 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 da 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 da. So a little fill here. Okay, and then now that we have all this, we just need to bring this up. It's still kind of quiet in the mix. That's better. Let's bring it down just a bit. Okay. All right, so we're at the last part now. This last part just has a little, I want to say it's alto sax, but it could be soprano sax because of how high this part is. But I do have it in the, well, I take it back. It could be tenor sax all the way through here. And I say tenor sax because it goes really low as it progresses down on their you know, it does something like that at the very end. Anywho, I kind of transcribed that, and also, where is it? I don't see it. Is it over here? Oh, I see. It's just kind of staggered over. So it would be right here. But with that being said, yeah, it's tricky because we have this playing so high that I'm not sure who's playing this. So let's say it is that my guess as a tenor sax, and then going off of that we have staccato or even staccatissimo. Just make sure it's high. What else? Is it too high? There you go. All right, so we have that. There's also, we need to vary some of this. Yeah, and of course it sounds so short and ugly. I mean, it's supposed to be shrill, but there's just something off about this. Okay, so we're gonna change some of the articulations here, just to give some more variation. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna play around. Okay, so these notes can be longer, like, right, something like that. And we're getting closer. Okay, so then over here we probably need to do those notes here. Let's make sure this is high up. Yeah. Now, I'm assuming this could also be something like this. Yeah, so I have it in tenor sax for some reason, but it could all just be in alto sax. The only problem is the low notes don't really match with alto sax. So here's what I mean by that. Here's the whatever this saxophone is. So to me, that sounds like a tenor sax when it goes down that line on their on the really low notes. So this is really tricky to program, but pretend that this is all one instrument. Well, hello. Okay, and with that, we have ourselves some kind of solo here. This also does this like cool pitch bend. I don't know if you noticed that, but it really pitches down. It's so cool. And it goes to like a E flat or something like that. Okay, so we're gonna do that as well. And then going back to our tenor sax. What's that note here? So it's the C. So I do have to continue it from on this track or patch. And just going down to pentatonic, skipping the B flat. And then so on. So we'll have to figure that out. And then it goes like a it's kind of doing that. I can probably keep it here though. Oh no, I can't because of how this is programmed in. Oh man. Let's see. This is an octave higher, so maybe if I can shift this down a bit. Let's say it hits us 6 steps higher, then I can go over here and go -6. Let's just see. Oh, that's not -6. Okay, so then I can go. I have to go a little higher because it's not. I'm not hearing that C. Okay, let's go a little higher. Okay. Oh, okay, but then I can't hit that F. So I really want to keep this in one patch if I can. Okay, so let's go 8. Oops, -8. Okay. There we go. That's the magic number. Whew. Okay, we're lucky. So that's basically the run. It's not note for note like that. Oh yeah, actually it's like let's try again. Yeah, something like that. I don't, and you can't really do it in time, can we? I don't know. Whoa, hello. Sorry. Let me turn something off real quick. I know what I'm doing. It's the soft release. We need to turn this guy off and trigger this note C1. Okay, so that won't do that anymore. Okay, and then we're going. I think it's F E F E F E, but yeah, I did that wrong. I know it skips down a little bit when I was listening to before. That's what it is. If I can play that. Nope. Yeah. I don't know if I can play exactly, but I'll do my best. It's saving. Oh. I think I can do it. After that E flat, I need to go down. Let's listen one more time. So, you know, it sounds better if it's staccatoed, isn't it? On some of them, not all of them. So, shoot, I'm kind of like torn if I should also do it here. So I might have to double this track actually so I can get some staccatos going. But yeah, if we can get that, then the chords is all we need, and then we can just put in the drum little stuff, and then we'll call it good. So, okay, the magic number was 8. Okay, so let's go -8. And I gotta rename this octave or pitched up. I'll just say pitched up for this one so we know. And then we're gonna pitch this up 8. Again, this is more for a limitation of the sample. Okay, so then we can, let's just say staccato. Yeah, staccato. And then let's bring up the spot mic on this one. And let's just bring it up to, yeah, pretty much all the way. Maybe I'll add that C in actually. Anyways, that sounds so quiet. I wonder why. Let's go bring this part up even more. Man, it just sounds so short. It's like too short. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds too long if it's sustained. It's too short if it's staccato. It's like I wish there was something right in between that. Anyways. Ay, ay, ay. Let's go just a little slower. Okay, so let's speed that up. All right, and then what we got here, I'm probably a little late, so let's bring that in. And this first note should start on the 1, something like that. Okay, so then we can program this accordingly. So we have staccatos up until about one of these notes here. It just sounds so wonky. Let's move this one over here. Oh man. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm doing this because this is the legato patch, but man, that does not sound good. So what we gotta do here, just we gotta match the tone, and also we gotta push this. Oh, I see. My bad. This is the wrong. Well, let's see. Something's a little bit different. I think it's the panning. So over here, I just need to go like that maybe, and go to the right more. And just bring it up in volume. Okay. So we just gotta add those in, and then we gotta add some drums, and I think we're good to go. So the easiest starting point would be our snare drum. All right, so where does the snare hit? Oh, there is no snare. Okay. Oh yeah, there is. Ja-dum, ja-dum, boom, ja-boom. Okay, so ja-boom. I'll just kind of mark it around there. Boom. Okay, so I'm not really marking it with anything on the grid, so to speak. So I'm just gonna go a little earlier so I can boom. And then let's just put a time signature change of 5/4. Boom. And then we'll just start it right on the downbeat here. Crash. Right, and then a kick. Let's listen to the recording real quick. Okay, a lot of shakers, a lot of percussion stuff. This kind of stuff is really hard to do on the fly. At least you really have to just program or hire a drummer and call it good. Okay, I'll just do kind of a just something like that, but nothing fancy. Here we go. Boom. And I think there's a it's just a one big crash at the very end. Okay, so we're just gonna time that right there on 152. Okay, so if there's a hit there, I kind of like that because it's a little more distinct, but let's see what other sounds we can get. It could be like that. It could be just really like that. It could be that. Let's do that one. I kind of like that one. And then we have some shakers. Let's see. This one I might have to just use something else. Let's see. This should be panned to the left though. Okay. Here you go. All right, so something like that, right? And then, what about congos, or bongos, I mean? Okay, and there's also some tom-toms. I forgot about that. I'll get that going. Chapum. Okay, and there's also a snare. Okay, that all makes sense. I just forgot that part. And then, if that's the case, we have our bongos going, I don't know, some kind of roll, right? There we go. Okay, so yeah, we'll have some fun with this, but the most important part is this drum set. This drum set, to me, needs to have that little lead out, so you're like, and then chapum. Oops. Okay, so I'm not sure. This needs to be just brought out just a little longer. Let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, so let's take this and take that right there instead. Right about So let's say it was right on that. Even though this is not timed, we're just kind of putting it on a beat. I think that would work a little bit better. That kick is a little loud. And then we'll hit it here. So let's put a marker there. That shaker should be just a little louder. Why not? And then we have this bongo. Let's also hit that on the marker. And then I don't know if that. I don't know if I could do a better job on that. Probably, but let's not worry about too much. So we got that. So we got the percussion section done, and then there's a really cool not the gospel. I keep reading this and saying gospel, but the organ also has some kind of cool slide at the end. Okay, so let's do a rendition of that. Oh, hey, 7 Tears of Hope. Good to see you, man. Let's see here. I'm going to press play. Okay. And there you have some kind of quasi organ slide there. Yeah, maybe there you go, something like that. That's fun. Okay, and then we'll just keep adding the rest of the band in, and I think we got it. Okay, so I'm assuming with the bass is just strumming, but let's see. Okay. So let's just put it on the tonic and just play some other notes with it. Yeah, I'm gonna record that in. All right, something like that. This is all for fun at this point. Pretend you're in a band playing at a show in a stadium. Although I'm not sure if that worked out okay. Let's try again. Let's do something like that instead. Okay. Let's apply legato. Dun dun dun. Oops. Very end. It's so random, doesn't matter. Okay, but over here though, we do want this to stick out a little more. So let's bring this up. I just wish this would be more sustained. So I think what I have to do is do this in conjunction with that. Even though that might sound weird, so let's see how it sounds first. Sort of. It works. Okay, and then let's if this is the case, let's just bring that volume down. Okay. Same thing. So now that we have the main framework, the rest of the band is just playing a chord. It's just going like da. So let's just go down, or work our way up from the bottom. So why don't we just add a Bari Sax in here? So we got Bari Sax, and we're gonna just hold this really long note up until wherever that saxophone ends. Okay. And then there you go. Cool. So that's all we're going to be doing for the rest of these notes. Let's go to the other Bari Sax, which is layered up around here. Okay. And yeah, we'll just use this patch. I realized that this one is one octave lower. I would imagine we want this one octave lower too. Okay. Let's bring this down. Yeah. And something like that if we wanted to, but I don't think, do we double the bass? We don't. So we don't need to hit that with the drum. So, okay. Cool. The next on the list would be bass trombone. Most of this could be a C, I'm assuming. So let's go to, and let's make sure that our cutoff is the same for every note. Okay. It'll be interesting to hear that organ slide with everything else. But anyways, so we are playing a C chord. There's probably like an F in there. It's like a C11 or a C7 add 11. So we'll have to spell some of that out with some of these other instruments. Let's do that quickly. Okay. Next we have well, let's do tenor sax first. So we have C, and then maybe on the other, well, the other tenor sax is playing this little solo thing. So let's assume that's the tenor sax. Let's add a seventh in the saxophone 2, and then let's add a third. Oh yeah. And of course, these are not in the right articulation. Let's do sus for these guys. Oh, there you go. So maybe the F. That's the recording. Let me see. Actually, that works pretty well. Yeah, we'll add the 7th in there, see where it goes. So then we have our tenor sax. Okay, trumpets would be the other thing. So trumpets, we're going to work our way up. So we have... I'm kind of curious to hear where F would be. Okay, so that works pretty well, but let's kind of orchestrate some of these notes. So we have this C. Okay. Oops. Okay, so maybe a little more of that Bari Sax, or is it trombone, or is it tenor? Let's see. One of this, maybe one of these notes just need to be brought up more. I think this is too high. Okay. All right. So now that we have all these, I'm just gonna do a quick pass with the rest of these instruments in merge mode. Everything else is programmed in. Okay, here we go. Actually, I should do it in context. Try again. Oh, crap. So I just need a shape. It sounds really good till the very end. So let's just shape that. I just have to make sure I'm armed when I do this. It's too loud. So let's make sure it's not that loud. Again. Right about there. Okay, let's do it again. One more time. All right. Okay. So that is all. I think we are good to go. Did I mention anything else that I would be touching up? I don't know. I can't remember. I might have said a lot of things, but at this point, it's getting late, and I think I'm going to touch this up at some point tomorrow or over the weekend, and I'll get this presented still like I've done in the past, have it played all the way through. But yeah, this was quite the experiment. I haven't really done too much of the jazz virtual stuff, virtual covers, and so when I got Glory Days from Orchestral Tools, this was a perfect chance to try that and showcase it. So let's go ahead and put in, let's see here, we got our tuned notes. I'm going to actually bring this down now so that we can see all the other notes here. Boom, boom, boom. Great. Oh, what a journey. What a journey. Let's go ahead and play it from the beginning. Really excited to show you guys how it sounds from the very top. Of course, I will also put up our fun little video that we have. We'll unmute that. Okay. Oops. Wrong one, actually. This has drum set on there, so it gets kind of messy looking. But at least here you can see the notes. So, without further ado, and here's the chords. Here is the Cowboy Bebop tank theme. Saving. And once it's done, here we go.
think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in step together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Okay, well that's it, guys. I'm exhausted. Whew, what a journey that was. A 3-part series for Tank. I'm excited for our next live stream series, or if you want to call it a series or just a stream for next time. I have something up in store. So, well, without further ado, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you guys have a great night or a great day wherever you are. Have a great weekend as well, and take care. I'll see ya.